Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for Simple Stories to share with you this multi-photo Halloween layout. As the kids get older, we have fewer and fewer. In fact, we do not have a trick-or-treater last year or this year. And so in order to get photos of my favorite holiday, I have been playing around with Snapchat filters. I don't actually use Snapchat. I just like the filters. I'm sure there are many of you who can empathize with that. So I'm going to start with one of the pattern. It's actually a cardstock that has a slight texture to it. That orange is my background. I forget the exact name of it. I apologize. And this frame here from the cut-aparts is absolutely perfect for these tall, skinny photos that you get from Snapchat. So I'm going to use just the back side of that because I want these spider webs. The photos are very dark, and what I love about the spider webs is it creates a nice balance. But I do like that black there behind it because it creates a nice contrast and transition from the orange to the spiders there. See how that really enhances it, especially given that I've shifted everything over to the left-hand side here. So these Polaroid chipboard bits, I really want to use and incorporate because I like the way that the circles break up the otherwise very boxy feel of the Snapchat filters. The problem is that if I put my photos on top of them, I have spots where the photos are going to sink down. I also feel like I don't have any white space in the design. So you can see how I've gotten rid of two of them, and I'm just going to leave one. And that gives me, while it's full of the spider webs, it's still white space there. So that is important to me in the design principle. So I had cut the whole piece, the rectangle behind it, and you know, it's not like I don't have plenty of this stuff, but it just seemed like an incredible waste to me. So I just cut off little strips that I'm going to put at the top and the bottom. I, after the fact, decided that I was going to distress it. So I'm just using my scissors, the edge of my scissors, to just kind of roughen that up a little bit. I have a Tim Holtz distresser tool somewhere, or a distresser tool. I just don't know where it is. And I actually kind of like the folded up edge a little bit better. So I know basically what the background, the structure of the background. It's just time to embellish my layout once I've got everything on there. I love this newsprint, orange newsprint October washi tape. Super, super cool. I have become more of a washi fan and actual user. I've always collected washi, but I've become more of a washi user now that I'm designing for Simple Stories, because I really, really do love the washis that they have that come with their collections. I also have incorporated a lot more washi into my designs because of memory planning too. And I think too, when you have so much of a collection that it just sort of falls into an abyss, that never land, that you forget what you have. Yeah, so I have more of an awareness of washi because of memory planning, and I actually have a tub of it sitting, not a tub, but a smaller container sitting on my desk there. So I really want a spot for journaling, and I thought that that was going to be the solution, kind of more of that white, but it leaves that frame sitting off to the edge by itself, and I don't like it. So I had really thought that I wanted to incorporate a piece of pattern paper with more multicolor in it, like that diagonal stripe that you saw. But I like that orange space on the left-hand side, and it doesn't really need anything else. There's a lot going on here. So in that really tall journaling, in that pause, you can't see it, it's very subtle, but I went and zigzag stitched all the way around that tall frame there. And on that frame, there is some tape that's holding the journaling spot placed down. And so I am just going to use some more of this super awesome washi and make it the width that I want it to be, that matches what's on there. And that works perfectly for just sort of making that particular photo pop. So, like I said, I've got the basic format of and structure of my layout. Now it is time to embellish. So the upper right photos all kind of have frames around them, and I thought maybe I wanted to frame one of these bottom two photos, but it really doesn't need it. You can see the darker edge. I forget what that's called in photography. You know, my brain, so at the end of this year, I'm going to turn 50, and I feel like my brain is rapidly deteriorating because it's like, you're getting close to 50. We don't have to function anymore. So yes, word finding is a problem for me lately. So I do feel like I want something in this big space here other than just a title. So what I'm looking for is labels. And there's always tons of labels in the sticker book, but I didn't find any. And then there's usually a couple of labels that are in these stickers, this 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And I'm not finding any of those. So now I'm going to rifle through the embellishments and see if I can find something with white space that's not necessarily white, but descriptive white space so that I can journal on this page. When I'm using chipboard, I like to use liquid adhesive. I just feel like over time you get a better hold with a liquid adhesive. I love that Happy Haunts there chipboard piece. It adds some more dimension, and it needs that dimension with that big giant circle over there. So I know there's a lot going on that Polaroid chipboard frame over there, but I feel like I want something else to just kind of personalize it and make it my own. So I will do that. And in the meantime, I'm literally just sifting through the bits and pieces, the foam stickers. There we go. I found a label and it's white nonetheless. And I really, really like that Happy Halloween, and I'm not quite sure why I went in and changed it. I think the reason I ended up changing it is because I felt like it filled a lot of my white space there, and I didn't want to fully fill it. So now you can see I've hit up all the labels, and I am known to layer up labels. I have one of my hashtags that I like to use is label love, because I use a lot of labels, and I don't fill them necessarily. They are part of my design structure. So again, there's Happy Halloween, and I think the reason why I shied away from using the Happy Halloweens is because it's already in one of the photos. So that photo of me with the spike, that one that I'm anchoring down right there already says Happy Halloween. And then the one at the top left of Michael and I says Happy Halloween, Magically Me. So I didn't need any more Happy Halloween. So that's why I went with this Be Very Afraid. And you can still see I have that black Happy Halloween phrase sticker or phrase bits and piece underneath, but it's not as obvious and in your face as those big giant ones that I wanted to use was. So that ticket says Simply Wicked because they kind of are wicked photos. And there's a lot going on this layout, particularly for me. If you know my work, you know that I generally don't tend to have this much stuff on a page, but I really liked the way with the 4 different photo qualities, like with the different filters, it needed more to kind of to make the photos less distracting. That's what I want to say there. And so I just kept putting stuff down, and I think it works. I do wonder about this big Polaroid circle, but it also works because it does take away the boxiness of all of the long, tall frames that are there. So anchoring that down, and then I'm going to go in and find something to just add a little bit more of my character to that Polaroid frame. So what I'm going to end up using is a really cool jack-o'-lantern with glasses on, and then a Boo chipboard piece. And that's going to go in that lace doily that's on the left-hand side of that circle there. So this is the Simple Stories Simple Vintage October 31st collection. I do know it's available over at A Cherry on Top. I'm pretty sure it's available at scrapbook.com. So be sure to check out the description box down below if you're interested in this collection and haven't picked it up already, as I will link you to A Cherry on Top, obviously. If you have any questions about anything that I've done, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below, and I look forward to sharing more Halloween layouts with you. Come back again soon. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care.